Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Ethereum Mundo, and here I am with my fellow classmate really, because we're both students of Twin Flame Ascension School and everything. So yeah, I've been doing like a series of like interviewing my community members and just asking them about their Twin Flame journey. And hopefully it helps out with any of the viewers that are here watching on their Twin Flame journey. So yeah, here's Ariel. So happy to have you here. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Nice. So I'm just gonna ask Ariel some basic questions about his twin flame journey, how he got started, like pivotal turning points on his twin flame journey, and also like the main themes and challenges that he has had to overcome on his twin flame journey. Because something that I've learned is that like we all have like our unique challenges. Although like we're all one, we go through very similar challenges, but we all have like our own unique like insight into them. So yeah, I just want to ask you, Ariel. So how'd you start your twin flame journey? Tell us. How did it begin for you?
Wow, it began in honestly a moment of crisis. I was with my twin flame at the time, um, and we had broken up, and it was very intense. And I just asked God for help because it was probably one of the biggest crises I've ever had. And I remember stumbling upon the Facebook group, and I just started reading things on the Facebook group that caught my attention. And so I booked a session, and then I booked another one, and then I booked more. And then eventually I bought TFAS. I started doing regular coaching. I started meeting more people, and yeah, I just went deeper and deeper.
Nice. That's great. Yeah. So yeah, what have been like the biggest lessons, challenges on your twin flame journey? Like what has really been like kind of like those core blocks that you've had to face and those core lessons that you've had to learn on your twin flame journey? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the biggest one has been self worth.
Mm-hmm.
If you put every block, I think the majority of them behind them has been self worth,
Mm-hmm.
liking myself, loving myself, appreciating myself. That has been the biggest obstacle, but also the biggest opportunity, right? Because behind every obstacle, there's a miracle.
Mm-hmm.
And self worth has been the biggest thing that I've cultivated in every area of my life, from work to my relationships to even how I dress and how I present myself and how I
Mm-hmm.
think.
Yeah. How have you like evolved since starting your twin flame journey? Like kind of like beliefs. I know personally, I've been like since starting my twin flame journey, I started it back in 2019. I was like 18 years old. And then for like the first 2 years, I was also in crisis mode. I feel like that's how it kind of starts for us. We're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why
Right.
is this person like so like triggering and like why do I love them so much and all this stuff. So yeah, I just went through my whole phase just like as like a teenager trying to figure out like what I really wanted. Trying to like go date other people or trying to like forget about my twin flame, whatever.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. Anyone that's watching, I'm letting you know it doesn't work. You will only traumatize yourself more. So just choose to just commit to yourself, like because committing to your twin flame 100%, it's not just about them, like it's about yourself. Because like that's what's gonna bring you the most peace in your life. So yeah, I guess like for me, it's like when I found Twin Flame Ascension School and like Twin Flames Universe, that's when I really started to transform because I understood how to actually heal myself with like the mirror exercise and like make new choices and stuff. So yeah, just like so yeah, that's my question for you. Like um what have you seen within yourself, like the biggest transformations within yourself and like since really starting to truly apply like true healing, you know? Yeah.
Right. I think it's confidence. I was not very confident at all. And it would really reflect in my exterior reality. I was treated very badly at the time by
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people, and I thought I deserved it. Now I would say that I get treated very well. I
Yeah.
treat myself very well. I choose to treat myself very well. And I, put limits on abuse and mistreatment. And my life has definitely improved in that sense. I have more security in myself, more grounded for sure. Um, I did try the whole like maybe I'll just forget about my twin flame for some time.
It doesn't work.
And yeah, no, it doesn't work because it's always in the back of your mind, it's
Mhm.
like it's always present, it's always there with you. So something that I've been doing, it's like just bringing him with me everywhere we go. Like if
Mhm.
I have an experience, like yesterday I went to salsa night and it was just like, okay, he's in the back of my mind. So I just kind of presence and imagine him there with me. And
That's good.
whereas in the past I did not feel peaceful with him. His presence made me feel angry, resentful, sad, rejected. Now his presence feels more calm,
Yeah.
My presence feels more calm as well.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest things too is like that I think that I really cared about what people thought of me in the past. Like about a year ago, I was really just wanting him to like me.
Right.
I was
Like
doing a
validate.
lot of Yeah, I was doing a lot of things on the outside to get him to like me.
Hmm.
And I noticed that was also manifesting in other areas of my life, like in my life purpose, like in my work. I would just do work to get people to like me. I wanted my managers to like me. I wanted my higher ups to like me. I wanted my coworkers to like me. I wanted everybody to like me.
Yeah.
Um, Instead
That's
of
not fun,
doing
is
the
it?
mirror exercise. And yeah, it's like you have to like yourself, man. You
Exactly.
have to like yourself. Otherwise, it becomes an energy.
Yeah.
That people to like you. You're giving your energy away, essentially, for free
Hmm.
without any returns. And that was a big block that I stumbled upon. That I would say I'm still like going deeper on,
Yeah.
but it has been the biggest change within me.
Yeah, like letting go of like people pleasing kind of. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really like that is like a huge transformation, like going from wanting everyone's validation to understanding that it's your own validation that you're looking for is like huge, right? Because it's like I guess before like stumbling upon this mirror exercise and like, oh wait, so what I really want is my own love. What? Or my twin flame is rejecting me because I'm rejecting myself? No, you're right. That's like a huge, like it's so simple, but it's like a very pivotal realization that you have, you know? So yeah.
It's simple, but you have to sit with it. I feel like the mirror exercise, it's so simple that sometimes it could be easy to like not fully complete it. That has been I don't know if that has been your experience. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I just need to give myself love. But no, you need to sit there for as long as it takes, You need
Yeah.
to feel the feeling for as long as it takes and give yourself love for as long as it takes. And typically it doesn't take any more than, a couple minutes. I've never completed an exercise where it took me like an hour. You know?
Yeah.
It's
I've
really
had
deep. It might take 20 minutes, but
I've had moments where I've mirror exercised for like hours straight. I'm like, whoa, because it's like I need a lot of love in that space, and I end up kind of just like going in and out of like a sleep meditation, and I'm like, damn,
yeah,
3 hours, But it gets really
yeah,
deep because it's like
it does.
it's
It
really,
does.
yeah, like the
You
twin.
really get to know yourself.
Oh yeah, like for sure, definitely. It's just like, yeah, and like the twin flame journey, it's like I don't know. I mean, obviously we know. It's just like it's not about what can I say? Yeah, it's about loving yourself. Like people think it's like this whole I feel like so many people are like detracted from the twin flame journey. People that like aren't like consciously on it and they see like people talking about it and stuff because they're like these people aren't got crazy. They're just like obsessed with some person that
Right.
doesn't even like them or whatever. But like that's not like once you learn how to truly navigate the twin flame journey, yeah, it's like everything feels so simple, like everything like connects when you finally like find Twin Flames universe and you're like, "Oh wow, like this is how you do it." Like, whoa. My life has just changed because I know before I found TFU, it was like running on a rat race. I was just like trying to get so much love from like this person, or like blaming everything on my twin flame. Like it's all his fault. He's the unawakened one. He's the runner. He's the one that fucks everything up. He's the one that doesn't do anything right. But really it was just me, right? It was just me doing that to myself basically. So yeah. Yeah. So like another question is, yeah, what have been like pivotal moments on your twin flame journey? Because I know for me, like I have like pivotal moments where I'm like, for instance, like when my twin flame will reflect something back to me, I'm like, oh shit. Like I know it was about like about a year or so ago, my twin flame reflected back like choosing to be with someone else. So that was like a pivotal moment for me where I chose, like when that happened, like I really chose to dive deep into my healing and like take responsibility for myself. And like the main lesson that I learned from that situation was that I need, like, you must respect your twin flame and you must respect yourself, of course. Like you can't just treat your twin flame like some rando or whatever. Like they're like your twin flame, you have to respect them. And yeah, like you must respect your twin flame and you must demand respect from your twin flame too. Like you don't just get abused by your twin flame and just let it ride, or like just let it happen. No, like, and your twin flame is your ultimate teacher. So yeah, so that's my question for you. Like what have been like that pivotal moment where you're like, oh shit, like I like it was like an awakening moment. Like, oh wait, my actions matter. How I treat my twin flame actually matters. So yeah.
Gosh, my pivotal moment was moving to Puerto Rico. You know, I was living in Florida,
I remember
and
that. You were texting about that. You were like debating. I remember.
yeah, exactly. And after I just made the choice to move to PR, my twin flame reflected to me not wanting to support me. Like he was not at all like interested in, like, because I had lived with him here before, but
Yeah.
I would say that, you know, he, I guess, didn't want to take responsibility for me. He like wanted me to take responsibility for himself. So I had to be responsible for finding a new place, for getting around, for everything, for finding work, for, you know, paying my own stuff. Like it was a huge moment for me into self-sufficiency and into just really being on my own, um, and really taking care of my own and handling myself, and kind of catapulted me into being an adult. That has been the biggest, the
Yeah.
biggest, like the biggest. I mean, I'm still assimilating it. I feel like the other day, you know, I was like, wow, like it's a huge change because you know, it's like I changed countries essentially, and changed cultures, and you know, changed my way of life that I thought I was going to be living. But it feels right. Like I'm not saying that I'm like struggling or that I regret it. I'm not at all. I'm
Mhm.
just grinding into it because the other day he reflected to me that I thought he was going to leave PR, that he was going to like leave to the States, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that kind of sent me a little bit of a whirlpool because I was like, well, you know, I moved here kind of because of you. So I was
Mhm.
like, you know, okay, the reason I moved here is leaving. That makes me feel really insecure. So I really had to ground with God and not make my twin flame your source. Like your twin flame, well, is not your source, you know,
Oh,
and they'll
God.
will do everything, they'll reflect everything possible so that you know that for a fact. And, you know,
Mhm.
he's not my source of safety, he's not my source of security. He's figuring things out just as much as I am.
Oh yeah.
So it was a huge moment for me to really make the decision. And I, you know, sat down and said what my life trajectory is, and is it here? Like, is, you know, God asking me to be here? And if the answer is yes, which it is, what fears are coming up? And you
Mhm.
know, that's what you have to heal through with the mirror exercise. But yeah, that has been my biggest pivotal, you know, because it's completely changed my life.
Yeah, I totally feel that. That was totally me when my twin flame was reflecting third party energy. I was like shook. I was like, there's no fucking way this is happening right now. Like, how is this possible? Like, we were still talking to each other. How is he doing this? All this stuff. But it was very much like just he was choosing that and I was too. I was just blind to it. Like I was out here, talking to other people, like trying to date other people. Like I had this moment we were going through the same shit. Like I was like talking to other guys and I was like, if this guy gives me the opportunity to be his girlfriend, like I'm gonna be his girlfriend. And then when I find out that my twin flame was doing the same thing, I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, what the fuck? And I was just like, I was
Yeah.
but it's like when you look back at it, it's like you're literally choosing the same thing, right? And then usually it's one twin flame that is more focused on like the healing work. Sometimes it's not like that, like
Mhm.
both twin flames are in the healing work. But even despite what it looks like you, as you're choosing to heal, your twin flame is also choosing that, even if it looks different. Like for a lot of twin flames, like it'll look like one twin flame is in twin flame ascension school, doing the mirror exercise and stuff, and then the other twin flame is doing something else. But it's the same choice, or you're always making the same core choice with your twin flame. Um, yeah, like it may look different for them, like how they're choosing to heal, but you literally heal as one. Like once you get rid of third party energy in your union and yourself, your twin flame will also reflect that back to you. And of course, I did the healing inner work, and my twin flame reflected back that energy of like not choosing this third party energy and like being single, just like I am too. But also it gets to a point where it's like you detach from like your twin flame person and you just be
Exactly.
with God, right? It's just like, okay, like I know myself and like I'm choosing loyalty for myself. I'm choosing like all this good stuff for myself because I've worked very hard to heal that. So yeah, and you just trust that your twin flame is making just like a year ago when I was making the core choice to like, be around here, data the people. So was my twin flame, right? So your true twin flame, just as you're choosing healing, loyalty to yourself, and all this stuff, your twin flame is also choosing that. So yeah,
Yeah, that has been the biggest like I think I'm healing through that still, like the third party energy.
yeah,
I I work at a bar. I was like, oh, I work at a bar and I'm being like people are flirting with me constantly. But
mhm,
what felt off was I suppose like the nerve, like it just feels off, it feels off. Like the nervousness, the feeling like someone's trying to take something from you, or you're trying to take something from them, and that can feel really bad too. Like,
yeah,
for example, validation has been a big one for me, or wanting attention from men just to feel beautiful. So it's like cultivating a sense of inner beauty,
mhm,
cultivating a sense of inner security. A big block that has come up is like seeking success outside of myself. It's like if I surround myself with successful people, maybe it'll rub off and I'll be successful too. But then I realize I'm trying to take something from you, and that feels off too. And
yeah,
yeah, I think that right now the biggest core choice is what you're saying, like staying loyal to yourself, staying with yourself, being present with yourself and God, right? And not trying to take something from anybody, because that's really the biggest lesson, in this journey. You're really learning to fill your own cup first and foremost. And a lot of the dating habits that we've cultivated, and a lot of the even friendship habits that we've cultivated, is based on trying to take something from somebody, or you're giving something to them. Um,
yeah.
and it feels off as you
It
continue to
does.
heal it. You start noticing those little subtle patterns that
Oh yeah.
align.
Go ahead. Okay, I was gonna say that's so true. As you go deeper into your healing with the mirror exercise, with just studying the teachings, like you start to become more sensitive. So you're able to like feel those off vibes where you're like, okay, I used to be okay with this maybe a few months ago or maybe a year or so ago, but now it feels so bad, because it feels
Right,
off, right? Like any type of
right.
like any type of like exchange, like flirt, yeah, just being honest here,
Mhm.
like any type of like sexual energy exchange, it feels so bad where maybe like about a year or so ago it was like it's not that it felt good, but rather it was like something that I was numbed out to. It was just normal, like being in
Right,
the scene, like everyone's just like flirting with each other, like kind of leaking all their energy, their sexual energy, and like that was normal. Like it was like, oh, this is cool, whatever. But really, that doesn't feel good because it's like, first of all, like if they're not your twin flame, they're like literally like your brother, your sister, and God. Like it's like equivalent to like biological siblings, right? So first of all, like that just feels bad. And but it's also like having compassion with yourself. Like you don't judge yourself for that. Like I don't look back and you don't have to judge yourself at all. Like obviously I've worked through that energy of like judging myself. but it's like you just didn't know, right? This is what society teaches you, right? That it's just like
Right.
especially in the media, it's like everyone's just leaking away all their shit and all that stuff, and it's just
Right.
normal, you know, but it's like that's not actually normal. And I realized like, well, I'm like, well, how do I know that this is true? How do I know that this isn't just some ideology that some people are trying to put into my head? Like, oh, you're not supposed to leak
Right.
any sexual energy unless it's your twin flame, and you can't
Right.
actually leak sexual energy with your twin flame. I mean, well, that's a whole other topic that I'll get into later. But how do I know that this is the truth and it's not just like ideology that I'm just like thinking? Well, because like
Right.
it feels bad. Like if I just like, because even before finding these teachings, like when I would kind of just like when I was in the stage of like dating people and like just truly I was leaking my sexual energy a lot. Um, it felt bad where like it felt bad. I felt drained. Like when I look back on those moments of my life, I was drained, like mentally, emotionally, because I was draining all of my like sacred sexual energy to like people that don't, that it's not for them, like at all, right? It's for me, God, and my twin flame. Like that energy is for my union, you know? And that's how I know that that's the truth because like it feels bad. Regardless of the regardless of anything that it just feels bad, okay? To disrespect yourself in that way. And we also see the world is in like wreaking havoc because of these upsets, right? So much sexual trauma, so much all this stuff. Like if you logically look, you're like, okay, there's so much pain in the world because of this misalignment and when it comes to sexuality and stuff like that.
Right.
There's literally so much pain, like, you know. So yeah, that's how I know that it's the truth and it's not just some like ideology that I'm like believing in.
Right.
It's
You can test it out for yourself, right?
yeah,
Like
test it out
test it
for
out for
yourself.
yourself. Like
Exactly.
feel through it, see how it makes you feel, like see what you like. Like, it's like if you feel like exploring something, explore it, see how it feels, see what kind of contrast you experience, and
Exactly.
you'll come to your own conclusion. Like if you really value healing, like for example, there's been times where I didn't want my gym anymore. I was like, sorry, I can't pick out on one thing, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I want to go do my own thing. I want to go enjoy myself. But I choose God and I choose healing, and inevitably that leads me back here. Like it leads me
Exactly.
back. So it's like, okay, I tested it out for myself. It wasn't like I just accepted everything that was said at Jameson's Universe blindly. I tested it out. I discussed
Yeah.
it. I talked about my thoughts and I experienced contrast. And it keeps leading me back, keeps leading me back, keeps leading me back.
Exactly.
And so I just commit deeper to God, commit deeper to my healing. Like I said, it leads you back. It leads you back here because that's the
Yeah.
path is it might start because you're, in love with somebody and you really want to be with them. But
Yeah.
as you progress, you start learning that it really isn't about them. It's all about you, your relationship with God. This is the person who God has put in front of you as your teacher, right? I think it sounds like we're both kind of in the stage of our twin flame as our ultimate
Teacher.
teacher.
Yeah.
And then we can go into friendship, and then from friendship we can build our romance. But
Yeah,
yeah,
he's been
he's
a
my
great teacher this past year. Very good
yeah,
teacher.
he's my twin flame has been a great teacher too, teaching me humbleness, teaching me how to
Oh
love
yeah.
myself, how to take responsibility for myself, how to grow up, how to not be codependent, how to
Hmm.
not rely on anybody really for like the things that I desire and give it all to myself, including wealth. That time I was very codependent on my family and on him to a certain extent for me. And it was like a big push for myself to really take control, not control, take ownership of my financial situation, my material situation, my housing situation. And he was a big teacher in that
Oh yeah.
regard and continues to be.
Yeah, that's amazing. I guess what I want to say for people watching, we speak of our twin flame being our greatest teacher. Yes, they definitely are going to be your most potent guru, your most amazing teacher. They will teach you the most potent lessons. They will, without a doubt, you know? But that doesn't mean that you're not meant to be with them. Like the purpose is like you're definitely designed to be with them like as lovers, right? So they teach us at Twin Flames Universe, it's ultimate teacher, partner, best friend, and then lover. Yeah, because like the lover aspect is such high vibrational, so you have to be able to ground it and like understand like how it works. Like your twin flame is teaching you, then you partner with them because you're partnering with them by them being your teacher, and then they're your best friend. Like all the inner child vibes, like you're just like, you know how it feels like just being with your twin flame. It's just so sweet. And then they're your lover, and we all know the lover part. Everyone's obsessed with the lover part of it, right? Everyone, that's all they want.
Okay.
Which, I mean, you're designed to be with them, but what we're speaking to is like, yeah, like as you go deeper into the journey and choose to truly follow the way, like the path of like the beauty of twin flames is you will find yourself in a romantic relationship. You will find yourself in harmonious union with them, but you have to surrender that to God. You're like, okay, God, I'm doing this for me because I love myself, because I want to feel good, and I know that you will bring me together with my twin flame because that's your will. Like God wants twin flames to be together without a doubt. Like he does. Like that's why you embark. That's why like when you find your twin flame, like you go to like most people speak that they go into like this huge journey of like healing and like finding like a higher power and all this stuff. Like God's the one that's calling you back home to his heart, basically. So yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm. All right, so I feel pretty complete. How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm complete.
Good. So I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you for joining me and doing this video. Yeah, and for anyone watching, I hope this helped y'all, and I love y'all very much, and all the links below to everything we're talking about is linked below in my bio. So thank you everyone, and I'll see y'all later.